The press material, we'll hear a little bit more about the background stories, how I worked with my father.
The Regera world record for 0 to 400 kilometers per hour, back to zero again, and 0 to 250 miles per hour, and back to zero again. So here we're talking about a car with over 1 megawatt of power that now is lighter than the version we showed first.
Koenigsegg CEO Christian von Koenigsegg has just announced the release of his revolutionary water engine today. This groundbreaking technology could change the way cars are powered, using water as the main energy source. Could this invention mark the beginning of a new era for eco-friendly supercars? We will dive into how this incredible engine will reshape the automotive industry. The future of cars is here. Electric cars are gaining more fans every day, and Koenigsegg is stepping up by choosing hydrogen as their next big thing. This choice really shows how serious they are about leading in innovation. Christian von Koenigsegg, who's big on making top-notch cars, talked about this new project when they first announced it. He focused on the big need to solve environmental problems in the car industry, saying, "We have a duty to our planet and the people who will live here after us to find ways to travel that don't harm the environment." Hydrogen is a strong, clean, and widely available energy, and we think it's the answer to making cars that are better for our world. But what if there's more to Koenigsegg's hydrogen push than meets the eye? The true reason behind this bold move might just change everything you thought you knew about the future of cars. The new Koenigsegg KIG marks a new direction away from their past super-fast cars like the Jesko and Regera, which were all about powerful gasoline engines and fancy hybrid tech. By choosing hydrogen, Koenigsegg is joining a growing trend, as other big car companies like Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai are also exploring the idea of hydrogen fuel cells as a smart alternative to the usual engines. One of the best things about hydrogen is that it's super clean. When hydrogen is used in fuel cells, it only leaves behind water vapor. This is really different from cars that run on gasoline, which let out pollutants and greenhouse gases that are bad for our planet. With the KIG, Koenigsegg isn't just making another fast car, they're also trying to cut down on how much cars pollute. Even though they're leading the way with hydrogen cars, they're not alone. Other companies like Toyota have been working on this for a while. Toyota's Mirai, for example, is well known for how well it performs and how far it can go on a single tank. The tech inside the Koenigsegg KIG is pretty similar to what's in other hydrogen cars. It starts with hydrogen gas stored at a high pressure, which then goes into a fuel cell stack. There, hydrogen atoms are split into smaller parts called protons and electrons. The protons go through a special barrier and mix with oxygen from the air to make electricity. This electricity then powers an electric motor that drives the car. One big plus of hydrogen fuel cells is that you can fill up the tank really fast compared to charging an electric car, which can take hours. This is a big deal for people who travel a lot and fits well with Koenigsegg's focus on making cars that are not only fast, but also can go the distance without needing a long break. The power and speed of the Koenigsegg KIG are also worth talking about. Known for making incredibly fast cars, Koenigsegg has built the KIG to be a powerhouse. Early numbers say the KIG could have as much as 1,600 horsepower, which puts it right up there with the most powerful supercars that run on gasoline. It's also expected to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour super fast, possibly faster than any of Koenigsegg's earlier models. This kind of speed comes from the quick torque, that sudden push of electric motors, combined with the efficient power making of hydrogen fuel cells. But the KIG isn't just about going fast. It also shows that cars can be environmentally friendly without losing that excitement of driving something really powerful. This could draw in folks who love cars that are not just about looking good, but also driving fast. Yet the KIG is more than just a fast car. It's also about setting new standards in how cars are designed and built. Koenigsegg has always been at the forefront with innovative, bold designs, and the KIG is no different. It has a modern look that's not just for show, but also works to make the car better. Its shape is all about cutting down on air drag while increasing downforce, which helps keep the car stable at high speeds. This means the car isn't just fast in a straight line, but also handles turns and curves really well. Koenigsegg's move to hydrogen power with the KIG is a big deal. It's not just about making another super fast car, but about leading the way towards a cleaner, more sustainable future in car making. This step might encourage more companies to think about hydrogen as a viable option for powering cars, especially when they see a company known for its high-performance cars leading the charge. The KIG could be a game changer, proving that you can have a car that's both thrilling to drive and good for the planet. Now that Koenigsegg is going into hydrogen cars, the real test is not just making fast cars, but also building a world that can support them. The race to build hydrogen stations. Addressing the issue of infrastructure for hydrogen-powered vehicles is a significant challenge. Unlike common gasoline or electric charging stations, hydrogen refueling spots are few and far between. But Koenigsegg is not shying away from this issue. Instead, they are actively working with companies that specialize in hydrogen infrastructure to increase the number of refueling options. This initiative is crucial for the acceptance and spread of hydrogen-powered vehicles. It shows Koenigsegg's dedication to tackling the problems associated with this new technology head-on. Entering the hydrogen-powered hypercar market is a timely move for Koenigsegg, especially when several other top car manufacturers are also looking towards alternative fuels and technologies. Brands like Porsche, McLaren, and Ferrari are investing in hybrid and electric technologies to lower emissions and meet the strict environmental regulations being put in place globally. Porsche, for instance, has rolled out the Taycan, an all-electric sports car that keeps up with Porsche's famed performance standards while producing zero emissions. McLaren is exploring hybrids with models like the Artura, which uses both gasoline and electric power to provide exceptional performance with less environmental impact. Ferrari, too, is getting ready to launch its own electric and hybrid models in the near future. These developments reflect a broader trend within the auto industry. Governments around the world are imposing stricter emission standards, and consumers are becoming more environmentally conscious. This is pushing car manufacturers to reduce their carbon output and move towards cleaner technologies. Koenigsegg's adoption of hydrogen fuel cell technology is a direct response to these shifts. Moreover, the Koenigsegg KIG raises important points about the future role of hydrogen as a fuel source in the auto industry. While hydrogen is seen as a clean and efficient energy carrier, there are significant challenges to overcome. One major challenge is how hydrogen is produced, which currently often involves processes that emit greenhouse gases. However, as the world moves towards renewable energy sources and cleaner methods of producing hydrogen, this issue could be lessened. Additionally, the infrastructure for storing and distributing hydrogen will need to expand to accommodate a growing number of hydrogen-powered vehicles. Governments and private sectors are already investing in the development of hydrogen refueling networks, and the success of vehicles like the KIG may speed up these efforts. There's also an ongoing debate about which is better, hydrogen or battery electric vehicles. Each technology has its advantages and disadvantages, and their success could vary based on the infrastructure available in different regions and specific user needs. Companies like Toyota are playing it safe by investing in both technologies, trying to cater to a wider range of customer preferences. The announcement of the Koenigsegg KIG by Christian von Koenigsegg marks a pivotal moment for hypercars. This hydrogen-powered supercar is a significant stride towards a more sustainable and environmentally friendly future for high-performance cars. By choosing hydrogen fuel cell technology, Koenigsegg is signaling that the automotive industry is evolving, and innovation is crucial to remain relevant. As Koenigsegg steps into the hydrogen vehicle scene, it highlights the importance of addressing environmental concerns and reducing the automotive industry's carbon footprint. Overall, Koenigsegg's move into hydrogen-powered vehicles isn't just about creating faster cars. It's about paving the way for cleaner, more sustainable automotive technologies. It's a bold step that could change how we think about sports cars and their impact on the planet. As other major automakers join in exploring and investing in alternative fuels, we're seeing the beginning of a major shift in the automotive world, one that could lead to a greener, more sustainable future. Koenigsegg's initiative to partner with hydrogen infrastructure companies also sets a strong example for others in the industry. It shows that overcoming the challenges of new technologies requires not just innovation in car design, but also in how we refuel these future vehicles. As more companies realize the importance of this dual approach, we can expect to see faster developments in both vehicle technology and the necessary supporting infrastructure. This evolving landscape of the automotive industry, with its emphasis on reducing emissions and embracing new technologies, showcases the dynamic nature of innovation in the face of environmental challenges. Koenigsegg's proactive steps in this direction not only demonstrate the brand's commitment to sustainability, but also underline the critical role of automakers in shaping a cleaner future. As we look to the future of cars, it's important to see how Koenigsegg's amazing story started and helped shape the company today. From dreamer to carmaker, Koenigsegg, a renowned name in the sports car world, was founded by Christian von Koenigsegg in Sweden back in 1994. Christian's passion for cars sparked from a young age, fueled by a stop-motion film he saw as a kid. He turned his dream into a reality by establishing Koenigsegg Automotive at just 22 years old, aiming to build super-fast cars. Starting a car company from scratch was tough. Christian initially struggled with getting enough money and resources. He drafted a detailed business plan and sought help from the Swedish government, which led to financial backing from NUTEC, Sweden's Board for Industrial and Technical Development. This support helped him start working on his first car prototypes. The first real breakthrough came in 2002 with the launch of the CC-ites at a major car show, despite a fire at the factory just before the event. This marked Koenigsegg's entry into the competitive supercar market. The CC-ites was notable not just for its appearance, but also because it set a new record with its 655 horsepower engine, making it the most powerful production car at the time. The record setting continued with the CCR in 2004, which churned out 806 horsepower and reached a top speed of over 240 miles per hour, beating the legendary McLaren phone. In 2006, the CCX model was introduced, designed to meet worldwide road standards, which opened up the American market for Koenigsegg. The CCX, with its carbon fiber body and custom-developed engine, highlighted Koenigsegg's commitment to self-sufficiency and innovation. The company didn't stop there. In 2010, the Agera was launched, featuring next-level aerodynamics and an engine that pushed over 900 horsepower. Its upgrade, the Agera RS, later broke the speed record for production cars by hitting nearly 278 miles per hour. In terms of environmental efforts, Koenigsegg showed its green side with the CCXR in 2007, a variant of the CCX that ran on biofuel, reflecting a push towards reducing environmental impacts without compromising on performance. The Regra, introduced in 2015 as a hybrid hypercar, underscored Koenigsegg's forward thinking. It combined a twin-turbo V8 engine with an electric motor, producing over 1,500 horsepower, blending immense power with more sustainable driving technology. What sets Koenigsegg apart is its production philosophy. The company makes just a few cars each year, each tailored to the buyer's specific tastes. Christian von Koenigsegg is hands-on in every aspect of design and production, ensuring every car meets stringent standards of quality and performance. This personalized approach has earned Koenigsegg a reputation for exclusivity and excellence, making each car not just a vehicle, but a custom piece of art. In recent years, to keep up with increasing demand, Koenigsegg opened a new factory in 2023. Even with expansion, they've kept their focus on crafting a limited number of high-quality cars. Their latest models, like the Jesko, continue to push the limits of what's possible in terms of speed and technology. From its humble beginnings, Koenigsegg has grown into a leader in the hypercar industry, known for its innovation, dedication, and commitment to excellence. Christian's childhood dream has now become a global benchmark in automotive design and engineering. With ongoing developments in electric and hybrid technology, Koenigsegg remains at the forefront of the industry, continuously setting new standards and breaking records. Christian's vision was to build the ultimate sports car, and that vision is still expanding, exploring new frontiers in automotive technology. Koenigsegg cars are more than just high-speed machines. They're the realization of a lifelong dream and a symbol of automotive perfection. With each new model, Koenigsegg not only continues to redefine the limits of speed and performance, but also cements its legacy as a beacon of innovation in the car world. From the start, Koenigsegg has been pushing the limits of speed and design, making cars that change what's possible and leave a big impact. The race for ultimate speed. Koenigsegg is all about making super-fast cars that really push what's possible with speed and engineering. Their first car, called the Koenigsegg CC8S, came out in 2002. It was a big deal because it had this 4.7-liter V8 engine making 655 horsepower, which was pretty awesome back then. It looked pretty sleek and mean, and it kind of set the stage for what they'd keep doing. Then in 2004, they came out with the Koenigsegg CCR, which had even more power. 806 horsepower thanks to a twin supercharged V8. It even hit a top speed of 240.7 mph, making it the fastest car around for a bit. 2006 was a big year too, because they brought out the CCX, which was built to be sold all over the world. It had the same kind of engine as the CCR and could go faster than 245 mbps. After that came the CCXR, which could use biofuels and crank out over 1,000 horsepower. Next up was the Agera series starting in 2011. The first Agera had a bigger engine, a 5-liter V8, and could make up to 1,140 horsepower with the right fuel. It was seriously fast. The Agera R that came out the same year was even more focused on being fast on the track, but still okay to drive on the road. It could go from 0 to 60 mph in just 2.8 seconds. By 2014, they really went all out with the 1.1, which was super light and super powerful, both 1,360 horsepower and 1,360 kilograms. It was one of the meanest track cars ever and could go over 270 mph. They only made 7 of these, so they're super rare. The Agera RS in 2015 was a mix of the Agera R and the 1.1, and in 2017, it set a record with a speed of 277.9 mph. The Agera Final Edition was a special send-off for this model, giving buyers all the options at no extra cost. In 2016, Koenigsegg switched things up with the Regera, a hybrid with a twin-turbo V8 and 3 electric motors, making a whopping 1,500 horsepower. It didn't even need a normal gearbox, which made it super smooth to drive and insanely quick. Then there's the Jesko from 2019, named after Christian's dad. It's a beast with up to 1,600 horsepower and this crazy 9-speed gearbox that lets you shift gears almost instantly. It's built to be stable at crazy high speeds, thanks to all the downforce it can generate. The Jesko Absolute was a bit different, designed more for straight line speed with a really low drag, aiming for over 300 mph without the big rear wing the regular Jesko has. 2020 brought the Gemera, which was a new kind of car for them. It's a 4-seater that's as fast as their 2-seaters. It mixes a 2-liter 3-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors for a total of 1,700 horsepower. It can shoot from 0 to 60 mph in just 1.9 seconds. The latest is the Koenigsegg CC85 Sero from 2024. A tribute to their first car, but with a new twin-turbo 5-liter V8, making 1,385 horsepower. It's got a special gearbox that can be both manual and automatic. So yeah, Koenigsegg cars are all about pushing the limits with their speed and how they're built. They're always coming up with new ways to go faster and make driving more exciting, using stuff like carbon fiber to keep things light, and adding all sorts of new tech. They've been at it since the early days with the CC8s, and they just keep getting better, making cars that are not just about speed, but also about being able to do things no other cars can. Is Koenigsegg's water engine the future of clean energy? Or is there something hidden behind this bold move? Let us know your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.